Hi, welcome to 3D Leisure Home with me, Gail. Going to be doing fitness Pilates for half an hour. So all you need is your mat and a drink of water, and that is it yourself. So I'm just going to start today sitting for the change on the mat. So we're going to sit cross-legged. If you want a cushion under your bottom, then you can just get one and pop that under and sit nice and tall with a long flat back, so lifting your chest and just relaxing the legs. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. So we're going to take a big deep breath in as we float the arms up and breathing out. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, breathing in and breathing out. So we're going to take the hand onto the mat, take a big deep breath in through the nose, reach up and breathe out, come across, keep the shoulder back, and then in breath, lift on the other side, and out breath over, and then again, in breath and out, and in breath and out. And then we're just going to rest the hands on the legs. On your out breath, just turn to look over your shoulder to pain-free range and back to centre. Big deep breath in and out breath, twist. We'll do that one more time. So breathing out, twisting, in breath back and out breath, twist. And then we're just going to take the legs into bent legs. Have the hands underneath the knees, and then we want to do our kind of cat-cow from seated position. So in breath, we're going to lift and flatten the back, shoulders squeezing back, and out breath, we're going to roll so the chin comes down, and in breath, we're going to lift and squeeze, pushing the shoulders away from the ears and back to centre. Out breath, long arms, extension of your arms, and again in breath and out breath. So I'm going to take the arms up and we're going to roll down slow. So I'm going to have bent legs to begin with. If you want to start with straight legs, you can do. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out, and hips come up, and we're going to roll down bone by bone. And then in breath, we're going to come back up and lift the chest, flatten the back. So out breath, going to roll down. And in breath, up. I'm going to take my legs long. So out breath, going to roll down, slow. Stretch above your head. And in breath, going to come back, we're going to lift. And then we're going to fold forward on your out breath. Rest a couple of breaths here, allow your back to stretch, head down, neck stretch. Arms can be on the floor if you prefer. And then nice and slowly, we're going to bring that back up. So we're going to bend the legs. Just going to take one leg up. So take a big deep breath in, and then on your out breath, take it into like a little hamstring stretch, drawing the leg back. And then we're going to take it into full extension of the hand that's on the inside of your leg. Lift the chest for your flat back. And then we're going to reach back on out breath. Squeeze the belly button in breath, come back. So out breath and in. So try and get this top shoulder back as much as possible. Trying to create like a straight line between the two. And out breath back. In breath, out breath back, in breath, and out breath, and back. And then we're going to take this leg and we're going to roll down slow. Try and slow down your roll down. So you're easing, slowing it right down till you come back. Nice and slow, and head comes down, and out breath, draw this leg in. Bending the leg around the knee, and then bring yourself back up. Taking the other leg on your out breath, take it up, and on out breath, you'd bring him back towards your chest. In breath and then out breath, stretch. Then taking it into the straight arm. Inner hand stays on, chest is lifted, flat back. And take a big deep breath in to prepare. And out breath, squeeze back. In breath, back. And out breath. Breathing in, breathing out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Back, take two hands on. Let's see how slow you can lower yourself, bone by bone, down onto the mat. Try and control, slow it down. And then take it back into your hamstring. Make sure your head is not tilted back. Lift it, put it back down if it is. From there we're going to bend that leg, arm behind, lower knee in front, and bring yourself up. So we're going to just take it into a flat back. So we're going to just lean back, take a big deep breath in, and then on your out breath we're going to lean back into the flat back. And from here we're going to lift one leg, so breathing out and in, out breath and in, out breath and in. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can take the legs to tabletop and out breath and in, out breath and in. So really focus on lifting the chest and drawing in the belly button as you kick up. So nice and controlled. Keep this good posture, chin up, keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Out breath as we kick up. Hold, give a stretch up, and out breath, down, and again, breathing in, and breathing out. And then just let yourself roll all the way down onto the mat. Give a little stretch, toes long, fingertips long, small of the back, pushing into the mat. Breathe, give a little stretch. From there, we're going to just take the legs up. So if you have bent legs, it'll be easier. And we're going to just tap down, either a little tap to begin with, so out breath and in, out breath and in. So squeeze, engage the core. And then we're going to take that into straight legs. And then we're going to just take the leg down. In breath and out now. In breath and out. So again, try and keep the leg above the hip as the other one lowers. Bent legs a little bit easier. Straight legs harder. And then we're going to slow this down to counts of 2. So we're going to go down nice and slow for 2. And up nice and slow. So breathing in and breathing out. So breathing in and breathing out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then counts of 4. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. So in, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to make this a little bit harder, just lift the chest, hands to temples. And then we're going to go on to double legs on singles. So down and up. So hands can either be to the side and the left, or hands to temples and the left. Or you can come all the way down with chest and legs and all the way up into a crunch. So breathing in through the nose, out breath, in breath and out, and in breath and out. Hugging the knees in, give a little hug, and then rock side to side, getting pressure onto the lower back. And then small little circles, in breath and out. In breath and out. Let yourself sink down into the mat. Find a little pressure points around the sacrum and then go the other way. So we're getting a nice loosening up of the lower back muscles. And from here, we're just going to take the legs back down, grounded. And we're just going to have the hands to the side and we're just going to lift the bottom. So we're going to do your roll up. So nice and slow, as if you're peeling yourself off a sticky mat. So take a big, deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, engage your core, start to roll the hips up, lifting nice and slow. And then on your in breath, we're going to just take upper back, nice and slowly, bone by bone, bringing down the back. So you get down to the lower back, and then it's down to the bottom, and then the hips. So take a big deep breath into the nose, breathe out, roll up. And in breath, upper back first, nice and slow. Bring yourself back down, and then we're just going to lift and we're going to hold, so just straight up and down, so just up and down. So breathing out and in. Focus on the hips being level, pushing up till the glute squeezes, and from here we're going to just hold up. So you're trying to lift and hold, draw the stomach down flat, hold this position. If you wish to add on, you don't have to, you can stay with down and ups if you prefer. But I'm just going to take one leg out in line, so this leg is out in line with the knee on the other side. We breathe in, take the leg down and breathe out. So make sure that you keep these hips up. If your bottom is dropping down, then just take it back, both feet on the ground, and do a down and up. Keeping the hips nice and level. So we're just breathing in. And then we're going to take that to a hold, hips up, and then draw back on out breath. In knee coming back, in breath extend, out breath, and in. So the hamstring is working really hard on your supporting leg. Out breath and in, out breath and in. Take that leg back and bring it down. Give a little hug. So just stretch out. So we're just squeezing back, a couple of hugs, and then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So again, if you don't want to do the legs out straight, down and ups, or knee into chest, you can just stay with the up and down on your bridge. So lifting up, big deep breath in, focus on engaging the core, navel to spine, and then you lift. Keep the focus on the level hips. If you put pressure through the foot into the mat, it'll increase the hamstring. So we're lifting the opposite leg, nice and straight, keeping the hips up, do not dip down to one side. And then breathe in, leg down, breathe out up. Breathe in, breathe out. So in breath and out. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to hold into the straight leg, hips pushing up, and then breathe out, draw the knee back, breathe in, breathe out, and in. Out, if you need a rest, have a rest. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep those hips up, take that leg back, bring yourself down, and give a little hug. This is when the hug feels good, when you feel the stretching. So a couple of hugs here. And then we're going to roll onto our side. So we want to do our little clam. So you can have your head down, rested. I'm just resting mine in the palm of my hand. And then we have the feet bent, legs, feet on top of each other. And then we're going to lift the knee up to push back. Keep your feet on top of each other. So when you push back on out breath, you want your two hips to be facing front. You do not want to be leaning back. So breathing out and in. Breathing out and in. So really firing up sleepy glute muscles, squeezing back, control. Really get the squeeze into the outer thigh and the glute. In breath, we down, out breath back, in breath and out. One more time, pushing back. And then we're going to take the legs long. So you want your feet to be back in line with the hip. So when you look down your body, your toes, your knees and your hip and your shoulder is in line together. And then from here, this head, the hand is just resting. You're not pushing hard into the floor, just gentle, just for balance. Then we're going to lift one leg on out breath, we flex the foot. And out breath, lift the other one, and in breath, the legs come down. So breathe out, flex, point and lower. Breathe out, out and in. You can take that into two leg lift if you wish. So we're breathing out as we lift the legs up, breathing in as we come down. And if you want to add on, just take the hand that's supporting your head out diagonally away and then push up and come back down. So we breathe out, we stretch towards the ankle, breathe in, come down, breathe out, lift, breathe in, stomach nice and tight, and holding up. If you want to make it harder, you can stay with down and up, and then we're going to pulse lift, out breath, out and in, out and in. Higher the lift, more you stretch down, more you'll feel this. Coming down, so we're going to take the hand that's on the floor onto the shoulder, the other hand in front on the mat, you're rolled slightly forward on your hip, and the further back the hand comes towards your waist, the more effort will be involved in your push-up. So if the hand is further forward, it'll be easier, further back, harder. So on out breath, we want to lift, just like a small little twist. In breath, come down. Out breath, push. And to make this harder, then you can add in a leg lift as you lift up. So you would just lift the leg, and you'll feel that right down the waist, the obliques, right into outer thigh. We breathe out as we push up. Breathe in as we come down. Breathe out. And then don't have to use the leg, you can just use the body. And last one, we're going to push up and rest. You're going to bring the legs into your 90-90, bring yourself back up. Take the hands over to the side, lift the chest, push forward from your hip. So in breath we lift, and out breath we push forward. So increasing that would be coming down onto the elbows, breathing nice and slow, allowing the body to stretch. And if you want to come all the way down, you can bring arm on arm and just rest your head and just focus on breathing in through the nose, letting your chest expand on in breath, and out breath getting heavier. In breath nice and slow, and out. From there, we're just going to bring ourselves up nice and slow, taking ourselves over onto the other side, so just swivel round. And again, head can be rested on your arm, or it can be supported. going to start off with our clam. So the knees are on top of each other, legs are bent, and as we breathe out, we push back, keep your feet on top. In breath back, so you're not tilting back, you're keeping your hips facing front. The knees doing all the work on the push out. So out breath, and in, out breath. So you really want to feel this all the way up, outside of the thigh into the glute. Breathing out, and in, breathing out. And last time. And then from there, taking the legs long, make sure that you're kind of slightly tilted forward onto your front hip. Hands, as I said, just gentle balance, don't push through the floor. All the work, engage your core, out breath, flex and lift, point, in breath down. So flex, point and lift. Breathe out, out and in. And if you want to make 2 legs do the work, then just lift the 2. In breath down. Happy Friday today, guys. Working into the obliques, into your waist. And harder, hand away, pushing up onto the elbow on the floor. In breath down, out breath lift. Breathe in, try and make it nice and smooth. So lower and lift. And if you want to make that a lot harder, then just push up a lot higher, and then we pulse, stay and pulse. Keep breathing though, don't hold your breath. From there, we're going to bring yourself back down, hand this on the mat on your shoulder, other hand further back, this way towards your waist is harder. Breathe in through your nose, prepare, out breath, we push up, so just twist, in breath down, nice and smooth, out breath, push, in breath down, out breath, push. And if you want to add in that leg, just lift the leg as you lift your upper body. So we breathe in on the down, breathe out. And if you pause when you're up, you'll feel this right down the side of your body. In breath down, breathing out, and without the leg is easier. One more. Well done. Bring the legs 90-90. Bring your hands over to the side. Push forward from your hip as you lift your chest. Breathing nice and slow. Coming down and taking it onto the elbows is a little bit harder. A little bit more of a stretch. And bringing it all the way down onto the hands. Head rested on the hands, on the arms. Arm on top of arm. Breathing nice and deep. Enjoy your stretch. From there, we're going to come over onto our elbows and we're going to step back into our elbow plank. So we swivel around, elbows down underneath the shoulders, and we're going to lift onto the toes. And again, if you don't want to be on the toes, you can bring your knees down. You're going to hold. And from here, we're going to take it forward onto toes and back. If you just want to stay just in your static hold, then you don't have to ride forward onto the toes and back through the heels. Try not to have your bottom up. So you're just gliding forward and back. Forward and back. Have a little rest. Arms down, long toes, hip width apart, draw back, elbows, rest the glutes. Just draw back as if you're drawing the mat back towards your waist. And from there, we're going to come up onto our side plank. So your 3 options for this is to be on the knee on the floor, 1 foot in front, or feet stacked on top and lift. You can double up the mat underneath the elbow if you have a hard floor and you feel this hurting. So breathe in, down, breathe out, push up. In breath and out. So this knee can be on the mat. If you want to make it easier, in breath and out. In breath and out. And again, rest. Bringing it up, bringing ourselves round to the other side. And we're having this knee on the floor, foot, making it a little bit easier. Foot in front, or feet on top. Mat doubled for extra protection under the elbow. Lifting up. You can always use a cushion. In breath down, out breath up. In breath and out. In breath and out. And feeling our elbow today, so we've got extra in breath and out. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice and high on your push. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and rest. So just going to take it into our little leg lift. So we're going to take it into our tabletop legs. Focus on the chest lifting, stomach in tight, and then we're going to take these toes up, and if it's too much, just stay with the bent legs, and you can always put the hands behind on the mat if you prefer, and just work pulling in, engaging your core and squeezing extra tight. So we're going to do a pressing out of the legs here. So we're going to do an out breath and an in breath back. So an out breath, and you can always do V toes if you wish, toes together, and breathing out onto the lift. In breath, toes coming into your V, and out breath, lift. Or you can keep it into the straight legs. Out breath, pushing out, lifting nice and high. Lift, hold this nice, tall back. Bring the toes in and bring the legs down, and let's just take that into a little stretch. So we're going to just press the knees down towards the mat. The hands can be around your ankles if you prefer. They can be behind your back on the floor. Try and lift. The back is nice and flat. And we have the tall spine. From there, we're going to just take the legs out to the side. So taking the legs out nice and wide. And we're just going to reach over. So we're going to stretch the waist. So we're just going to come up on in breath with the arm. And out breath, we're going to come over. If you wish to come down, you can come down lower. So we're just trying to keep the shoulder back and breathe. From there, we're just going to take it back up. In breath, up. Out breath, over. Just come as low as you are comfortable. So you can come down. Just a nice stretch. Keeping the shoulder back. And from there, we're going to walk forward with our hands. So you're just going to reach forward and drop your head down. Try and breathe, try and relax down towards the floor. And take the legs wider if you wish. Reaching forward, tease yourself forward. My elbows on the floor, but you can just reach forward if you prefer. And from there, we're just going to bring it up nice and slow. And then we're going to do our little twist. So we want to have the legs coming over and twisting back on out breath. In breath, you take that legs back wide but reach up into star. Out breath, twist round, draw yourself round on out breath. So in breath, you lift up, big star. Out breath, hand on the knee, guide yourself round. On your out breath, push your hip forward. In breath, lift. And out breath, guide yourself round into your twist. Bring it back to the front, cross your legs comfortably sitting, and then we're just going to do our little arms forward for the back stretch. So lift the chest, breathe out and push out. You can drop your head forward at this point if you wish to get the neck to lengthen. Really breathe. Arms behind, out breath, push away from your back, keep the chest lifted, lift up behind, and nice and high, keep lifting, feels so good. Arm across, hook that arm and draw it over, stretching out the shoulder. Other side, arm across, squeeze it. Into our neck stretch, drop your head over so the ear comes down towards your shoulder, and then press the opposite hand down. You can feel this lengthening the muscle from the neck to the top of the shoulder. So out breath we press, but we drop your head over. You can add on only if there's no neck pain by sort of guiding your head over. Breathe, tease the head down on out breath. Fingers are just above the ear and the head. And then we change. So head comes over, palm or fingers push down on your out breath. Try and increase it on every out breath, push down. Or you can take hand on, draw the head over. Nice and slow on the breathing. And then coming back. Big deep breath in. Thank you if you joined me today. Out breath, any comments, please put them up. In breath and out. Last one. Nice long stretch. Oh. And out breath. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will be back next week. Have a fab time over the weekend. Enjoy and just chill and have a good time. Thanks. Bye.